Hello everybody, L.S.S.T community advocate and educator here back again. I am back with a little bit of a different focus, but for now, I am the Lake Station community advocate and educator. Feel free to check out Lake Station Strong Towns Collective on Facebook, Lake Station Strong Local Conversations. I am also on YouTube as well. And obviously if you found me, well, you're here on TikTok, so hopefully you came prepared. I hope you have listening ears. Hope you have a little pencil and paper, and I hope that you're ready to take a little bit of notes and to probably use a little more of this. A little bit of critical thinking, and in a new light, and in a new way. Now, when it comes to these things, I'm going to mention trees. And why trees? Well, in our town, I've noticed that on playgrounds, a lot of the trees that surrounds the equipment have been cut down. And that being cut down causes the equipment to be hot. It gives the children really no way to hide from the heat. It keeps a hotter temperature on the playground as well. So the children are becoming a little more exhausted even faster. Now, you can take my word for it, or you can go research it, and you'll find this to be true. But without a doubt, trees are pretty well in municipal realm of the infrastructure is something that is continually giving returns. And what I mean by a return is it's always continually helping the community and the municipalities of where you live. I mean, let's go through some of the purpose of the trees. I mean, you don't have to really think deep. I mean, they're great for the environment. They kind of, convert things back over to oxygen. They give shade when we need it, which means that shade in that ground or that sidewalk or even the building or the house that it's shading even is cooler. So it even helps with cooling. When it's giving shade on the streets, it's prolonging that asphalt. They increase property value. I mean, let's face it, you put up some pretty trees, some nice little bushes, a little bit of pizzazz in your front yard, and well, that's a little bit of, you get that on your front yard. Trees also block the winds when you need them to. I mean, I don't know how many people use trees, the arborvitaes, things like that to block, they use them for natural fencing. They'll use them to block wind. Not to mention, this is where animals usually also make their homes. We're able to hide from larger predatory animals, like, say, little birds hiding from the peregrine falcons or whatever else. And if you pick the right tree, well, your front yard's going to look really great, maybe in spring and even in fall. And in all reality, normally, trees should be planted more often within our communities. And there's a lot of benefits as to why we should be. I mean, just remember that it keeps the walking trails, the playgrounds, the playground equipment, the sidewalks, the asphalt is also cooler with the trees around. It's better for the kids, and it's better for you and the animals that you're walking. And let's toss in some fruit trees throughout our neighborhoods, and, well, you actually are growing your community in a really nice way. However, city municipalities usually see trees as more of a nuisance than a benefit. And a nuisance in a sense that they got to cut trees down, or they're falling on electric lines, or whatever the case is. Now, I'm not saying just go around planting trees wherever you want and however you want. I mean, there's got to be a strategic way you go about these things. I mean, let's face it, our playgrounds are empty. There's no trees on some of them, so it kind of doesn't look good. And I don't know about you, but I personally like to see colorful trees. I have numerous fruit trees in my backyard. I love seeing the colorful trees for spring and in fall. There's a wide variety and range of these trees, which is a wonderful thing. And don't forget that, these trees also improve not just your physical health, but also your psychological, your emotional health, believe it or not. These trees actually do help. And, if I would like to encourage you all to kind of get out and about and see your community in a new way and start looking at some of the trees. But the tree thing brings on a whole new element when you use it in a way. And I'm going to bring up stop sign blowers, the people who blow stop signs within your community. I see it often right here. I have a stop sign. They need to stop, look both ways. But we have school buses that don't stop. They just run literally around the corner. And, I would love to show my security camera footage on this, because it actually does show this in live time. But people come up to the stop sign, they don't even try to stop. They just run right through it. We've all seen it. Wrecks happen because of this. Children get hurt. Bad things happen all the time. And at some point in time, we've seen people blow stop signs. We've probably even done it ourselves on accident or sometimes on purpose. However, I kind of wanted to interweave the usage of trees and why they have anything to do with these stop signs. And remember, at stop signs, you got a sign. You're supposed to have the white line that runs across the road. And if you have people that are walking or in a school zone, you probably should be stopping. But stop signs with lights, the lines, crossing guards, things like that can't be everywhere all the time. But this is something that we need to really be looking into a little bit more. And oftentimes when we put in a stop sign, well, the municipalities tend to cut back all the bushes and the trees so the drivers can see farther down the road to be sure to stop. But that doesn't work. So here's what I mean. So this is a intersection across from my home. As you see, well, I don't know if you can see it, there is a stop sign. It is like right there. And as you see, there's another pole right above my head right here. And other than that, that's all we have. There's no line, there's no nothing, and we get oftentimes a water bust right there. However, this sign specifically is where buses blow and they just turn a corner and they're headed back towards the school. Now, something that would help getting people to stop and to pay attention to this intersection and a stop sign to get them to stop more often, why not put some trees or some brush along this road right here, around this way, because there's no stop sign that comes this way straight across. Some nice 10-foot, 12-foot bushes right here, or just a couple trees in general, would be great to get people to stop, because now they can't see down the road, which the stop sign's there for a reason, right? They are to stop at that stop sign. And they're going to complain, well, the tree's in the way. That's the whole point. So trees can serve more of a purpose than what we think or what we believe. This is down the road. Now, this tree is across the street, but there's a stop sign here. And I don't know how many times that I've walked out with children literally out here playing, that cars have just flown by and they have come up the road and back this way. Now, this is near the school district. You would assume that there'd be a little more watching of this area because of the children walking and going out and about. So we have people that run up and down this roadway. And due to this intersection, there are people that speed up and down that road right next to the school. And however, no one's paying attention. So I believe there needs to be a little bit more focus on that area. But I believe that some trees right here, some bushes in that yard would actually get people to stop a little bit longer, so they have to focus a little bit more on what's actually coming down that roadway instead of just blowing through it. So to try to curve some of these stop sign blowers, it'd be great to put up some trees, some bushes. And the argument's going to be here is to try to get some of the residents to put them in their yard, because some may want them, some may not. Now, you have to look at the things of, well, if there's an a large excess of drivers who are not stopping for those stop signs, you may want to think about putting some of those bushes up to get them to stop and think instead of looking down a road and blowing through the stop sign. So to do a little bit of homework, I'm the Lake Station Community Advocate and Educator. Be sure to check me out on YouTube, Lake Station Strong Towns Collective on Facebook, Lake Station Strong Local Conversation on Facebook, and obviously you're here. Maybe we should start looking at our community in a whole new way. Maybe we should be looking at trees and bushes in a whole new way, because they could be elements to help us stop people from blowing stop signs. Think about it. Till next time, people.